On healthcare, I think it's still a very open question. I think there's been a sense among some Democrats that while they love the Russia story of the last couple of days, they feel like it's distracted from a campaign to try and kill this healthcare bill, and they felt like they were having some success at that. So I've seen some Democrats try to kind of sound the alarm to Democrats generally, say, hey, don't let this shiny object of Russia distract you from focusing on healthcare policy.
All right, that was Casey Hunt's analysis last hour here on Morning Joe. And joining us now.
The kids call it the sweater out.
Yes.
This is the dress up now.
Look.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, joining us now, candidate for California governor, Democrat Gavin Newsom. He currently serves as the state's lieutenant governor and was mayor of San Francisco. Also with us, CNBC's Brian Sullivan. Good to have you on board, Brian. State of the Democrats.
Apparently, it's not so interesting out here. But
I'm not running.
It's great to have you here.
I'm just hypersensitive. I don't know what it is. I'm very sensitive.
Mr. Lieutenant Governor,
Should be running for office.
Look at him.
Let me ask you.
Running right now.
We don't really have a whole lot of time, so we're going to zig
go,
this really quickly because this is important. Obviously, the media is obsessed for good reason with the Russia story.
Doesn't do anything for
prosecutors. Thank you. That's where I'm
not going to get one of our state houses back.
Could you explain to Democrats out there and your base how talking about Russia on the campaign trail is not going to get you back in power?
And I don't know what more evidence you need. I mean, at the end of the day, even if you game this thing out, you get rid of Trump.
Right.
You're left with a guy who's out there talking about conversion therapy. Doesn't do anything. For the Democratic Party in our agenda. So unless we deal with the issues of economic anxiety, cultural issues in a substantive way, and we get in the how business and we actually demonstrate with some acuity and strength a clear conviction in terms of the fate and future of this country, then we're never going to take back
that makes
these
sense.
state houses.
Okay, so you're running for governor, big state, biggest state in the union, okay? Take us down the Inland Empire from Fresno to Bakersfield, normal people working hard and everything like that. What's in their minds?
Second fastest growing region in California, Inland Empire. It's about logistics, warehousing, transportation. But you're talking about economy, California, that's outpacing the rest of the nation. 61 consecutive months, 2.5 million jobs in the last 7 years, a 2.9% GDP growth, twice the national average. If you want to know how to take back control of state houses across the country, go west. Go to California, study Jerry Brown. You don't have to be profligate to be progressive.
Well, first off, I think Barnacle just called people not in the Inland Empire abnormal because he said the people in there are normal. So everybody else is weird.
Okay.
But I'm from the other California, Southern California originally. This is the 8th biggest economy in the world.
Six
number one
now.
one manufacturing, number one agriculture. But highest inequality, arguably,
biggest
United
challenge.
States.
Biggest challenge.
Solve that.
I know, 24+% child poverty, 8 million people.
$2 million for a 3-bedroom teardown in San Jose. People driving 100 miles from Lodi to San Francisco to work as a landscaper.
Affordability is a major issue. The disparity is a major issue. It's this remarkable world, right? This coastal economy and inland economy, this bifurcated hybrid economy. So you're absolutely right. So a lot of unfinished work to be done. But remember, we started 7 years ago with a $27 billion budget deficit. People were talking about splitting the state up into 6. And here we are now debating the size of the surplus. And tomorrow we'll be debating an extension of a cap and trade program. We're leading not just the nation, but the world now in low carbon green growth. California is on the move. And I think, again, the power of emulation. Success does leave clues. People should study California's model.
As we talk about this Republican health care bill during the gubernatorial campaign, the elections next year, you've proposed statewide universal health care. Who in the world pays for that on the state level into the hundreds of billions of dollars?
Yeah, but we don't look at it from the cost perspective. We look at it from the efficiency and effectiveness perspective. San Francisco is the only city in the United States of America with universal health care, regardless of pre-existing conditions, ability to pay, but also regardless of your immigration status. We did it without any general tax increases. It's an all-payer plan modeled more along the lines of Massachusetts. We've been debating a single-payer plan in California. That now has stalled. We're advancing a broader plan that, again, is more aligned with what actually has been accomplished in states.
So you won't have to raise taxes to pull that off on the state level?
All-payer plan requires minimum contributions, so everybody has a stake. But at the end of the day,
all we talk about, Gavin, is how to pay. We never talk about why healthcare costs so much, why America's so sick, why do we consume so many pills, why are we so overweight. You guys, you like to pride yourself on being a progressive leader. If you become governor, do you take action to enable more sort of personal responsibility in healthcare.
I love that. Thank you.
I mean, it's an unpopular thing to say, but I'm not running for something, so I can say it.
No, you got to talk about wellness. You talk about prevention. You got to move away from the sick side of the element of this conversation. But you're right, personal responsibility. By the way, Democrats need to talk about personal responsibility in every way, shape, and form. We don't talk about parenting. We don't talk about those things, and so we get pigeonholed in this sort of nanny state frame, and that's another part of the problem we have getting back into a majority.
Do me a favor. When you come back to town, or even when you're on the West Coast, I'd love to talk to you a lot more, and I'm dead serious. How do you do all this and make sure that small business owners can move to California? I live in Connecticut. 55% of everything I make in my paycheck gone. People who live in New York, New Jersey, California, the same way. One of the great challenges.
And I look forward to having that conversation because I'm a guy with 23 small businesses and employ close to 1,000 employees. Right. So I come from this, not from an academic frame or a political frame, a very practical frame.
All right. Thank you so much, Gavin. Great to see you as always. Mark Halpin, final word. Wrap up where we are right now in this story as it moves forward quickly.
I found it interesting the Lieutenant Governor didn't mention the relative lack of In-N-Out burgers in the Los Angeles area.
Of course,
dodged that completely.
Good call.
The ball is kind of in the New York Times court, I think. They had several days of breaking news on this. We'll see if they break something else and how the administration responds.
All right, that does
Mark
it for us
keeps calling
this
me in
morning.
the afternoon, and he said yesterday, he goes, we need to do the show at 3 o'clock as well in the afternoon.
It's just
it moved so fast.
the incoming is unbelievable.